Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we should probably be on speed 3. Let's go ahead and crank that right on up. And we're mostly keeping an eye on some of this traffic over in this area. I'm very concerned about this here, like this area right here, is what I'm mostly concerned about. But so far, we haven't seen any backups starting. So that is absolutely fantastic. We do need to continue expanding this up over here, and we're reaching the end of our expansion up here, which, of course, is going to be the end of this particular series. So we'll see when that ends up happening. For now, it looks like we don't actually need anything more, particularly. Now, we could definitely use a little bit more industrial. Although, looking at this, it looks like we definitely have some gaps over here that never got filled in. We should definitely fill these in. Now, this is not going to be zoned in here. I can tell you that right now. And we're going to definitely make sure that this is all residential over here. Let's see about doing something kind of like this. And this. There we go. And this should remain office over here. Otherwise, we're going to have a sickness issue, for sure. So we'll definitely do that. Excellent. So that looks better in terms of being filled in now. Fantastic. And that will hopefully help this industry or office demand. Now, I would like to potentially expand our industrial area over here. I'm thinking about cannibalizing this office area here and expanding this up over this way just a little bit. Not taking it any further than this because of the river here, but something along the lines of this would, I think, be good. And this should be office here. Any more issues up here that we see? Well, yeah, actually, there's this power line right in the middle of everything that really is not necessary. Let's get rid of that. This is extremely unnecessary, and does, of course, mean that we have quite a lot more space here that is undeveloped. There we go. Wonderful. So we'll do that, and overall, we will see how that ends up playing out. Let's go ahead and eliminate some of these abandoned structures over here. Oh, not that road. The reason that these structures, of course, are currently abandoned is because, if we can get this road in like that, is, of course, because we just don't have enough workers. That's all there is to it. Not enough workers in this area. And we're working on that. We are expanding our residential area over here. But there's only so much demand. Only so much demand. Let's check in on our traffic over here. It looks quasi-reasonable. Emphasis on the quasi. Yeah, it looks okay for now. We'll definitely make sure that that doesn't start backing up again. I really think that this bypass here is going to make the difference for this circle here. Or rather, this circuit here. This on-ramp leading into this off-ramp leading into going... Wait. Did this car seriously just on-ramp here, off-ramp, and then re-on-ramp? Is that a thing that's happening here? Hang on. This car on-ramped. It off-ramps. Okay, it turned down. This scooter on-ramps, off-ramps, turns down. Okay, I might have just not seen it correctly. Fingers crossed that that's what happened there, because... oh my, if not. Not enough fuel going on here, and it should have access to fuel. We just need to truck it in theory. But we're also moving off of the oil plant. Replacing that, it's basically a backup at this point. Do we want to just completely eliminate it and see what happens? Like, does that hurt our power generation? Not tremendously. Could we fit a solar updraft tower there? No, absolutely not. Maybe a solar plant? No, absolutely not. That's okay. We could instead fit in a little bit of industrial. Excellent. Something along the lines of that, of course. Never mind. This is residential right here. Let's make that be residential. Okay. So that's all well and good. So far, we're not noticing any major issues. We're just waiting for a little bit of additional demand. And the commercial demand, as usual, is climbing. That commercial demand is kind of going insane. Oh, hello. This should be dense commercial for one thing. But we missed a bit over here at some point. Probably when we removed a power line is my guess. So let's just fill in another row over here. Apparently we missed that chunk as well at some point. There we go. Excellent. Ooh, hello. That's a little bit of residential over there that is unzoned. Okay, that's exciting stuff. I like finding that. So that way we can zone more. Fantastic. There are some abandoned structures over here, to be sure. To be sure. What episode is this? This is 56? Okay. Just thinking about when I might want to end this series, because we are definitely running out of issues to solve. We'll see if that continues to be the case over the course of this episode. Yeah, this isn't an issue per se. Yeah. It seems reasonably okay. No traffic issues here. Let's check in on this circle. There shouldn't be any here. We never have traffic issues on this circle. Just slightly shocking, but okay. And then this circle over here where we did have traffic issues. Ended up having to put in this awkward extension. Excellent. Yeah, no traffic issues at all over here. There is a lack of goods. Just a singular good lack, though, and I think it's going to get resupplied fairly soon. So that should be fine. Look at all these planes coming in. Oh my. That's a Chimera plane there. Fantastic. And we're going to go ahead and remove that. Yeah, this is seeming perfectly fine at this point. I think what we got to do here is we got to zone additional residential. So we're going to zone this on up this way. Excellent. We are up over 80,000 population now. And let's check in on this power line. Now, this power line is actually necessary here. I think for now I'm going to leave it. But I wouldn't mind zoning some commercial up this way to act as a power line, like that. So we no longer need the power line. That would be very nice. So we'll do that and see if the commercial develops along there. It should, eventually. Eventually. There's a fire down over here, but that should be already under control. We do have fire in the area. Yes, it is indeed already under control. Fantastic. Where do we want to maybe put additional industrial? Because we could use some additional industrial. I don't know. Where would we want to put that? I mean, there's this big old gap here that isn't zoned. We should probably zone that. That would help. We'll also zone this. I guess I forgot to rezone this after upgrading these roads. Now this is... I was going to say concerning, but maybe it's not actually. No, this appears to be flowing just fine. And both of these would be existing intersections just based on our underlying structure. I was thinking about maybe combining these intersections, but then I was like, you know, it seems to be fine for now at least. Ultimately, maybe that's not the best idea. Hello, academic here. How are we doing with our institute anyway? It's 4-star. Currently 4-star. We're lacking in campus attractiveness as well as in students. We've got plenty of academic works. Maybe we should increase our campus attractiveness. a wee bit. So let's see here. We want the campus area. And let's see here. How much will this increase attractiveness? We could just cram in a few smaller things to just increase the attractiveness, like these academic statues. We could put in one here. That'll be fine. And we could also cram one in over here. Like that. And we could cram one in here. And we can't quite fit one in there, but we could definitely fit one in here. Excellent. How is our capacity doing? Where do we see our actual... Oh, right here, 8,000. Yeah, we've got plenty of capacity. Our attractiveness is actually high enough now as well, so we just need to wait for our students to increase, to go up to level 5 on the campus. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and eliminate that building. As well as this one. As well as these. Yeah, we definitely have a lack of workers over here. But that is something that should, in theory, get sorted as we finish this out. I want to look at this. We're not quite ready to remove our power line yet, but we're very, very close to it. Of course, we're still going to need this power line going to here and to here, but it's this power line that we're going to be able to remove. So that's fine, and hopefully this will connect in fairly soon. That would be good. We do need additional residential and commercial, and industrial for that matter, but for right now, we'll just do something along the lines of this. Excellent. It's very hard for me to see when this up here is actually zoned. I'm assuming it's all zoned. And we also need more commercial, apparently, but I'm going to wait until this is fully developed to hook that up, and it actually is. So that's great. We can now eliminate this power line. Wonderful. And zone that in. That, of course, means that we are now free to zone this area. There we go. And I think we need to go here. Yes. There we go. How many people are waiting here? That's a lot of people. Looks to me like this bus line could definitely use additional buses. So let's go ahead and take a look at this line and maybe bump this up to double the number of vehicles. Like that. 5 times as many vehicles may be too many, but actually, this is a lot of empty stops. This is a whole lot of empty stops. And this is also our single longest line. It goes all the way like that, right? Let's actually look at that. Buses. This sort of buses. There we go. Yeah, this is definitely our longest line by far. So let's go ahead and find ourselves a bus here. Here's one. And a line details. And let's actually bump that up to 500%. A lot more buses on this. Excellent. Now, these buses are just going to be pumping out of the bus depot here. And they're going to create a traffic jam here for a little while anyway. While this gets sorted out. But eventually, these buses should filter out over the entire length of this very, very long bus system. And hopefully the increased throughput here will get us what we need. So we can see here that this is going to develop a jam. This is not shocking in the slightest. This is what we expect, but this should filter through quasi-quickly. You can see here that buses are still issuing forth. They're taking multiple routes, which is nice. And the traffic is kind of routing around them, overall. Okay, buses have stopped issuing forth. So that's good. And we'll just let them come on through here. And we're hoping that we don't see this. Buses adding to the queue over here. But it's a long time before the next one, so hopefully We might have to walk back some of these buses, but we'll see. We'll let them spread out a bit over this very, very long line. How many stops are on this line, actually? The number of stops should really indicate the number of buses on the line, right? So how many... Does this actually calculate the number of stops? Or do I have to count those? This just says the number of passengers that are at each stop. It does say the line length is 3.1 kilometers, but it doesn't say how many stops are on the line. So I guess we'll just do it this way. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Okay, there's like almost 50. So that means that these buses should spread out over the stops. It'll take some time, but we shouldn't have an inundation of buses. Fantastic. We can check some of these other bus stops. Like this one, we can see also needs to have an increase in their bus numbers. So this one only has 3 vehicles right now. For all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I want probably 16 buses on this, not 3 buses. So let's go ahead and bump that up. Yeah, 15 buses. That's correct. Excellent. And those buses will issue forth. Let's check on this line over here. Oh, hello. That has developed. Why has this developed in this way? Well, for one thing, I don't believe we have traffic lights out here. Indeed, we do not. And we should definitely go through and put traffic lights in. Like that. We have a sewage issue down here as well. Okay, we should definitely deal with that. We're going to need an eco-advanced inland water treatment plant. And we'll just drop that in, say, up here-ish. Apparently it doesn't want to go in up here. Exciting. We'll place it in there. And then we'll need to move our power line and our water line. There we go. Okay, so we'll get that done. And then we will work on our traffic lighting over here. These should definitely be traffic lighted. This one doesn't, strictly speaking, need it, but we'll just go through and make sure that it is correct. Yeah, this one's correct. This one should be traffic lighted as well. All the way on up. There we go. And this one as well. Looks like our buses are spreading out nicely. That's good to see. Okay, that should not be traffic lighted, but this all should. And this should as well. Oh, hello, there's a power line in here. Where did you come from? I don't recall placing this power line. Guess I just never removed it. So that, of course, means that there's quite a lot of residential space available here. There we go. And let's go back to our traffic light checking. I think we should be good now. So we're going to need to wait for this to try to clear up. And we'll see if that does clear up. So, this bus line here. We need to find a bus from it. Okay. Currently only has 6 buses. Let's go ahead and crank that on up. Fantastic. And I believe that's this same bus line that is over here, right? Yes. So then next up would be this bus line. Let's crank that. Fantastic. And then this bus line over here is already cranked. That is pre-cranked. Fantastic. And then this bus line we know we already dealt with. Okay. Sounds good to me. So, we're going to have some buses. There's no doubt about that. And we're hoping that this clears up over here a little bit. That's a lot of scooters there. That said, these appear to be circle jams, which means that I'm not convinced that they're going to nicely clear up. Do we have traffic lights over here? Because we should. There we go. Actually, no, we shouldn't. These should be just signed to have that yield. Like that, I think? What's going on here? There's only two. Oh, because this is one way. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so is this starting to move? I think it is starting to move. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is beginning to clear up. It's not 100% going to clear up for a while. There's no doubt about that. Let's go ahead and let that sit for a moment. Let's demolish these abandoned structures. These are currently... Oop, I didn't mean to demolish that. These are currently not enough raw materials, and those should be coming in from the airport and the train station as well. Okay. What's this one? Too few services. Okay. Sure. We could definitely put in a police station somewhere down over here. This is well under control, apparently, but we'll do that for now. And I do want to just make sure that this traffic is clearing up. I think it is. It's going to take it some time. But I think this is clearing up. What about these buses up here? The buses are clearing up as well. That's great. So they will continue to spread out over the course of this line. You can see here that there's still space for them to spread out because this bus stop and this bus stop are empty. This bus just left here and... Yep. Excellent. There's definitely space for additional buses, and we have additional buses. So yeah, these will spread out along the lines, and that's causing some of the issues, to be sure. There's certainly some congestion over here. But now that these traffic lights are in place, it's clearing up. This is heavily trafficked now, but not what I would call congested over in this area. Over here, this is maybe a little congested. That's a lot of people going this way and then turning around and going this way. Why are they doing that? Why indeed? Regardless, the traffic is beginning to move. So I think this is clearing up on its own now that we got the traffic lights in. So that's great. We'll go ahead and eliminate these abandoned structures. Our issue now appears to be, well, there's still a lack of workers up here, but there's also a lack of raw resources. Now, I think some of that may have been caused by the fact that we had this jam going on over here, and now that this jam is cleaning up, I don't think there's going to be additional issues. There's a lot of buses over here that are causing congestion that should stop in a little while as the buses spread out along the route. These buses are basically done causing congestion, or almost done causing congestion, I should say. Excellent. And also, just upping our bus throughput should reduce the amount of traffic in here pretty dramatically. So that's wonderful. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode we're going to observe this and check in over here real quick. Looks like this is fine. So that's wonderful. We're going to observe this and make sure that this is fully cleaned up because this is definitely looking like it's getting a lot better. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.